7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, how you going?
Good, how about you?
Good. Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining us on Ladies Discourse. Who's here? Toblerone, Automatica, Dingo Wolf, Johnny, Crypto Surfer, Miriam. I'm going to send you a link so you can come and join us. Johnny, Chaotic Creations, Tin Top, Sandy Beach. Thanks for joining us. What's been going on, Serena?
Oh my God, sorry. Let me just mute that. Someone's calling me. Cool.
You're
Sorry.
right.
Yeah, no, I'm just enjoying my gains and loving this ICOSA price. Oh my God, who's calling me? I'm so sorry. Let me just.
Oh my gosh, you're a popular lady. What's going on with your ICOSA price? Tell me.
Sorry, what was that? I didn't hear over the.
What's going on with the ICOSA price?
Oh, well, it's great. Like in the past 24 hours, it's been like up 18%. So I'm happy about that. Mm-hmm. I love Heatron and ICOSA. That's amazing. So.
And what do you think? Is causing the price to go up on ICOSA, Serena?
I don't know.
I
just noticed it was up, and I'm like, cool. I don't know. I guess people like it. I don't know. People are.
Yeah. Well, that's good. It's nice to see a pump, whether it be ICOSA, Hedron, or Hex. As Hex has had a little bit of a slump, which is probably normal for before the fork. But we're all waiting patiently. There's going to be a bit of chaos coming, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we've
got not worried. Not worried at all. So.
Let's bring on. Hey, Georgia Carrera, how are you?
Hello, ladies. Oh my God, we're all dolled up today. What's going on? Imagine that was Richard Hart calling Serena. Serena, I'm about to launch PulseChain the next hour.
Right? It probably was Richard. So sorry, Richard, if I declined your call. So.
Sorry, Richard. Serena's with the girl. It's a girls' night out. It's actually my bachelorette party. So
nice.
How are you guys doing? Just waiting. Any minute now.
Mm-hmm.
We have to be ready.
Waiting.
We have to be ready. Make sure you have everything you need because PulseChain is about to launch any second now. So
you look beautiful blonde, correct?
Should I go blonde? Do you like my new look, guys? What do you think? What do you think? Should I go blonde?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Richard said he likes blonde, just like you. You know, that's what you've been doing, blonde. Serena, I want to see you in blonde too. One day we'll all do blonde and dark eyebrows and what else?
He likes
big
the big
something around,
which I don't have. So
I think I'm in that. I think I check. So let's see what happened. You know what? Tomorrow is the 1-year anniversary of my proposal. So he has 5,190 days still to come to give me an answer, but it's my anniversary, guys. So happy anniversary, Richard.
Oh, happy anniversary!
Happy anniversary!
in the Hex community right now. All right, let's bring on our next lovely regular. Hey, Class, how you doing?
Hey, ladies, I'm fantastic. How are you all doing?
Very well, thank you. What's been happening?
So much. Like crypto is obviously a big part of it, but yeah, I got other stuff going on too. But I'm excited to talk about crypto today. There's just there's heaps to talk about. I'm excited.
There's so much going on in the Richard Hart space. It's unbelievable. We're all hanging out for what's coming. There is a lot to talk about. There's been a lot happening in crypto as well. A lot to talk about. I mean, I haven't been looking at the regular markets, but you probably have, Class. So can't wait to hear a bit about that. And we've got some lovely new hexagons coming on the show today. So we'll get them in as well. Hey, ex-Staker Fairy, how you doing?
Hello, ladies. I'm doing fine.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Welcome. What's been happening in your world?
Well, right now I'm trying to keep up on all the new information that goes around. And waiting patiently. As you can tell, I have staked hex, and I'm waiting, watching, and learning all the time. And it's exciting to be a part of the Hexican community.
Awesome.
So I learn every day, but it takes time.
Oh, it sure does. Not easy, is it?
No. But
we
fortunately,
always do that.
Fortunately, I have a husband who is very into the community, and I have to ask him questions every day to learn new things, and he's very
That's awesome.
helpful.
I do
Yeah.
the same thing. All of my alpha is pretty much from my husband. Although some of it's from me, and he doesn't like my alpha, but I push it on him as well. So yeah, you got to get in there as well.
It's always handy to have a male around, especially in crypto.
Yeah.
We don't. Not all of us need a man around in crypto unless it's Richard Hart. But
No,
luckily we have guys. Luckily, we have very smart men within the community, and we can always go to them. Go to YouTube. There's a lot of streamers that have really good information. I recommend here in Discourse Syndicate. You have a lot of places to go and search in different languages too. So I recommend you do that.
Absolutely. And hey, Britt, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming.
I am so excited to be here. Hi.
And welcome to your doggy. What's your doggy's name again?
His name is Crypto.
That's awesome. How cute. It's adorable. So what's been happening in your world, Britt?
I have just been working and really just trying to survive and being patient and anticipating PulseChain. I am late in the game. I'm day 651 of Hex, so I actually came in almost at the all-time high. So I've yet to see profit, but I have a few close friends in Hex, and they have seen quite a few gains. So I trust them, and I even trust, my new friends that I've met along this entire journey, and I'm just being patient, and my time's gonna come. It's here.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited. I can't even tell you. I think about it every day, but I try not to overdo it. I try not to put too much focus on it because I know it's here. I know, patience is a virtue, and I'm gonna get my we're gonna all be probably laid out on a beach somewhere very soon. So celebrating. So I'm here.
That's awesome. And is this your first bear market that you've been in? Yeah.
And I came in when it bottomed out, and I've been in for almost 2 years now, and it has been bloody.
Yeah, it is.
But I've been holding on, and I'm just, I know I do my research, and I know I understand that this is what comes with it. It's a part of it, and like I said, patience gets you the prize. So I'm here.
Absolutely. That's awesome. And you're in the best place. And we're all in the bear market together. And that's why I like to do things like stream and just talk about crypto and try and make it still exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got our next guest. Hello, Erica.
Hello, lovely ladies.
I'm
evening out the blondes a little bit, aren't I?
Yes.
You are.
Tic-tac-toe. You can play tic-tac-toe with the blondes, guys.
That's right.
What's been happening, Erica?
Oh, very same feelings as Britt. Yeah, patience is definitely a virtue when it comes to PulseChain. But it's still exciting. I do feel a little bit within the community getting a little bit jaded. It's kind of like waiting more than a year to get to Christmas. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think I saw a stream yesterday. It was Money Gang Crypto and Brandon Rags to Riches was the guest, and he likened it to, you've committed yourself to a marathon, and we're at the last, couple of kilometers to go, and you can see that finish line. But then it's an amazing achievement, and there's so many more exciting things to come. So hanging in there, I've committed. I'm holding on.
Absolutely. That's awesome. And Erica, we met in Melbourne a couple of times. We've had some awesome time together. So I'm so glad you could make it today and finally come on the show and talk crypto with the ladies. And Yeah, thanks so much. We've got one more guest today, and I'll just bring her on quickly. Hey, Miriam.
Hey, Miriam. Good to see you, man.
Hello.
Where's your hat? Put your hat on.
I know.
I don't have my hat with me, actually. I left it in the living room.
Oh, you forgot your hat. Come on.
I did.
What's been happening, Miriam?
I mean, just like everyone else, I'm just patiently waiting. Patience is the key. I'm just kind of enjoying all the tweets that people are like trying to dig into every little word that. Oh, here's my hat. That that Richard is actually making. Yeah, is my husband. So there's my hat. But yeah, I just find it hilarious how people are like looking at every little word that Richard tweets and. Like, okay, is this the day? Is this the day? But I've just been kind of, crocheting. I recently made, you can see the Hex Ladies thing. I'm in the way right there.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful.
So, yeah, it's made out of yarn and some rhinestones, make it all sparkly. But that's the newest thing I've been making lately.
Bring it closer, hun. Can you
I'll bring it closer. Yeah, give me one sec.
Poor thing where she's gonna don't move. Don't ask me to move, guys, because there's
I'm not moving. I can't move. Skip over.
Oh wow,
That's really cool.
that's amazing. I love that.
I like the color.
Nice. Very nice.
So I try to make it as close. I'm trying to make more, so hopefully I could add some to the website because that'd be be kind of cool seeing all the Hex ladies enjoy some in their background.
Sure. And then I can put it like up here. I'll put it here.
Yeah. So I'll definitely be making more.
That's the painting the class did.
Yeah.
So she's very
I did this painting, but then Lord Thrash made it Warhol. So I did just like a painting and then he made it Warhol.
Oh, but your painting is beautiful. We all seen it.
It's Richard Warhol heart.
Are you going to auction it? Are you going to put it for sale or something?
I'm going to sell it to Richard for $1 million. No, I'm not. It's a gift to Richard. If he'd like to gift me $1 million afterwards, that's his choice. But
ask for PLS.
Not seriously, it's just a gift.
Ask for Hex.
No expectation gift.
Hex. Yes.
Oh, $1 million Hex.
Yeah. So well, I just want to let everyone know that I had coronavirus.
What's that mean?
So yeah, I'm still getting back to normal, but that's life, and it wasn't actually too bad. I've had worse flus, so I'm glad to be back hanging around and having some fun. There's a lot been happening in the space. And Miriam, I know what you're talking about, that Da Vinci Code. It's funny because Just See Soaring replied with the Da Vinci Code, where everyone tries to figure out if there's any meaning behind what Richard Hard's saying. And he hates it. On a stream, he said, it's disgusting that people waste their time trying to decode what I'm saying and stuff like that. But, being Hexicans, we're fun people. We like to do that stuff. And we like to remind Richard that he's very much loved and respected. And people are obsessed with him, It's crazy. So that's been a big thing that's happening. Everyone's expecting the PulseChain launch. There's a lot of stuff about whether PulseChain or PulseX is going to be bigger. There's lots of videos going around on who's more bullish on what. So there's been a lot. And so what does everyone think? What's everyone most excited for that's coming up in crypto?
PulseChain for
yeah. Let's hear from. Shall we hear from the ladies that haven't been on that much, like Hex Staker Fairy? What are your thoughts? Sometimes people that come in new actually have like a new sort of way of seeing things.
Well, I can see why people is so excited about PulseChain launching soon. We hope, and everybody seems to be fixed on that right now, and I totally get it because it's going to be exciting, but I think it will be chaos in the beginning, but we'll see.
Yeah, nice.
I think for me, it's a new way of life. I mean, I'm really looking forward to freedom because I have been as long as I can work, I've been.
Oh no, we've lost Brit.
Sorry,
Erica,
y'all.
what do you
She'll
think?
be back. She'll be back.
Oh, can you still talk, Brit?
Wait, something happened. I'm sorry. I'm coming back.
You're right. You're right.
Oh well, I'll take over. Of course, I'm very excited. I haven't taken any profits yet. It's been very much the hexagons and the community that have kept me going. So it's the added bonus of PulseChain launching soon. It's just holding on. I think also I found also the streams have really sort of enriched my life in the meantime. Like there's kind of something for every mood that I'm feeling. Like if I feel like I want some sort of words of wisdom and some grounding and to hear about, self-sovereignty. Like initially who got me in was Crypto Heartbeat. If I feel like some TA, more serious stuff to sort of give me more confidence, perhaps I'll listen to Access Alive. There's just so much to discuss, and I think we're part of a community that's very curious, and you're always learning new things. So PulseChain is just going to add another completely new element to that. So I'm willing to wait, and I get that impression that a lot of people are, those the ones that are not getting too worked up about it. They're the ones that are going to be holding on and are committed to this for the long haul, the long haul stakers.
Absolutely. And our community is growing, and it's always good seeing new faces and meeting new people. And that's what I love about it. There's always things happening, meetups all over the world, get to make new friends. I mean, the Hexagons are on a cruise right now in the Bahamas, having a great time. I wish I was there, but we can't.
We'll have our cruise, Sammy. Our Sydney cruise might not be as luxurious, but we'll have our cruise in Australia.
We will. That's it. There's so much to look forward to. That's just one side of it. Apart from getting rich, well, hopefully, and that's not financial advice. But there's so much more to the community. There's two sides. So sorry, Britt. We lost you for a second.
No.
What are you most excited?
I have the light on my phone and it fell on the laptop and just knocked me off. And I was in a group. But no, basically I was just saying that I'm just ready to be free. I mean, I think that's the most important thing. And I think that, this system that we live in, it doesn't teach us these things. So we have to search for it or let it find us, which it found me. So I'm very grateful, and hopefully I can take it to, once things really explode, hopefully I can take it, to the places it needs to go to, get the traction it needs, because I know that I have to be a voice for people that's not so knowing, I guess. I don't know how to say it, but I want knowledge is power, and I just want to help myself, and I want to help the people around me. So PulseChain is going to save me and the people around me, and I'm happy. It almost makes me want to cry, because it's just it's like who wouldn't want to break free from the chains of the
slavery, financial slavery.
I realize this is freedom from financial slavery. For me, this is everything, and I have anticipated this for 2 years now, and it's here finally. So I'm excited.
And I think crypto is amazing, but for you, like the newest people, especially, to be in the Richard Hart ecosystem, if you've probably seen the history, Richard Hart's copped a lot of flack, being called names, things that he's not. And, but he's done amazing things that sometimes get a little bit, they've failed to be recognized. So I think it's awesome, the first that you ladies are in crypto, and secondly, that you've found, like, you're already in the right spot. You're in the best spot in crypto.
Yes.
Guys, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Today I was thinking about what is the best thing since I got into Hex, and I was actually thinking that the best thing about it is that it has given me hope since I started this. I have a hope for the future. I can dream, it makes your life so much better that you can dream that you know you have a future and things would be better. Not because I have a bad life, but you know, you have something to look forward to. So I think that's amazing.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I
definitely
think
gives you hope.
that is so important. I think I totally agree with you. I think that with Richard Heart ecosystem, with Hex, PulseChain, it gives it breaks the limits to your dreams. It's like we are so used to dreaming until this point, and dreaming a little bit beyond that point is I'm not even going to do there because it's not going to be real. But this, he's making our dreams limitless.
Yeah.
So that's what I like. Hope. That's the most important thing. I agree with you.
Yes.
And I think that's crypto. I mean, I'll just tell you a little story about when I got in. So back in 2017, I wanted to get into Bitcoin for years. So I searched for 3 years, got in right before the bull run. So I just started putting in small amounts and just kept going up and up. So I ended up turning $10,000 into, say, $50,000 within 2 or 3 months. And for
Wow.
me, being a parent, full-time worker, like, and this job I had at the time was full on, so hard and physical. It was just like my actual reality is better than my dreams. Like waking up and knowing that I can earn, and okay, I didn't pull it out because I'm so clever. I thought I was going to keep going. I didn't realize those gains, but to see those gains gave me hope for the future. And then I become like full fanatical into crypto, like every
Love it.
day checking prices, seeing what to buy. And I also found Richard Hart, which was amazing. But yeah, Georgia, it's so true. You actually have hope. You wake up every day and there's a brighter future because
Yeah.
you're not that person saying, how would I make more money in my life? How do I get by? There's a real possibility that you could do extremely well.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think the same, Sammy. Like when I wanted to become a doctor, people were kind of like, they thought it was possible in theory, but maybe they thought, well, maybe she will, maybe she won't. But then when I say to people, I want to change from being a doctor into an artist, there's such a severe reaction. And the reaction comes from that sort of age-old tradition of you have to go to work every day into your 9 to 5 job. And, you're in such a position that you're earning, this regular income for your family so you can pay your mortgage. And all of that is true. And I am profoundly grateful for that. But I think crypto gives you an avenue where there may be a possibility that you can actually explore a different lifestyle or occupation that doesn't actually make you much money. And that could be in the creative arts. And for me, that's my main driving force because obviously, a number, when you open up your MetaMask or whatever it is and you see a number, that's not what's making you happy. What's making you happy is that freedom that you have the time to explore your other passions in life. And I would never even have that hope if it wasn't for PulseChain coming out and for Hex.
That's amazing,
Yeah.
Glas. Clearly, you're a high achieving lady, and you do 5,000 things at once. So I do know you a bit. And but as much as everyone should be allowed to follow your passion. And if crypto is giving you the power of fueling those passions, then that's freaking awesome.
Yeah, I'm super grateful. What about you, Miriam?
I pretty much agree with what everyone's been saying. It's that financial freedom, that kind of thing where you finally will have the time to do the things you want to do. You don't have to follow that traditional route of, graduating, going to college, getting a career, getting married, and, et cetera, until you die. Like, I feel like with crypto, it kind of gives you that ability to see life differently. It kind of lets you just explore things that you probably have never had the time to explore, or to go do things that you've never been, or never had the time to do. But I totally agree with the whole, like, I used to want to become like a psychologist, but then I changed to like, I wanted to become more in a crochet, which is like a huge different thing. So coming from a Hispanic family, they see, like you have to have a really good job to be successful in life, to, be stable. So it's kind of like a really different thing for me. And I kind of want to prove to not only my family, but to those around me that you can do things that you love if you get into this. Life is more than just the traditional route. It's way more than that. And I want to show everyone that you can do that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Just to piggyback off of what she said, like it's all about the American dream, and that's what, that's it's just for me. I mean, from a little girl, like that just never was something that awed me. I knew that there was something bigger to life than just going to work from 9 to 5, all the way up from the work age of however 14, 15, 16 up to what 65. That is, I don't know. I'm just such I think broader. So, when I was introduced to Hex and PulseChain, that was the answer automatically. And I prayed about financial freedom. I prayed, and I have a story about that. But I prayed about it, and within days, I was already studying crypto, Bitcoin, back in 2017, but I didn't really have the true understanding of it. So I lost interest for a while. And it was something nudging me, telling me, like, you have to focus on cryptocurrency. This is what you're asking for. This is what is presented to you. So, like I said, I prayed once again, and Hex was introduced by the same person that introduced me to Bitcoin. And I mean, ever since I've been full in, and this is the answer. Like I don't know. There's just nothing else that I can really say that I would be interested in, like real estate and, other different. I know that they work for other people, but for me, this is true freedom. There's no work behind it when it comes to labor or, having to maintain things or, maintain investments. This is the answer. I don't know what else to say.
That's such an amazing story, Britt. Like, I'm also a big believer, and it's almost like, you've been shown the light. And I love hearing those stories. They're amazing.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hey, Serena Alonso, you're a bit quiet tonight. What about your crypto journey? Let me just say thanks. Hey, Scarlet Rose, beautiful lady, thanks for the $4.99 super chat. You're amazing. I've not put in the comments up because it's blocking some of the people's heads, and they're too pretty not to see their faces. Serena Alonso, tell us about crypto. You're sitting back nice and quietly there.
Sorry, tell you about what?
Tell me about your why do you love crypto? Tell the new ladies. I already know your story, but you look so beautiful today.
Thanks.
Tell us your story. Tell everyone your crypto story.
Oh, okay. So I got into crypto near the end of 2017. It was like the hype. Everyone was talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum and stuff. So I kind of got in around there, bought a bunch of stuff, let it go up, didn't sell, and then kind of had to just deal with the bear markets. So yeah. And then I heard about Hex when it was before it launched. So I was like super early. Yeah. So I've been in for 5 years now. So it's pretty cool. Yeah. I'm loving it.
So Serena, can I ask you a question? Because you're obviously like a pro staker because you've been in for so long, and you're a pro hodler as well. So what's your staking plans for PulseChain? Like, how are you going to navigate that?
I'm not sure, honestly. I'm just waiting for it to launch and see what happens. But I've got all my hexes, a lot of hex stakes that I have, and I'm part of the 5-5-5-5 club. So yeah, I'm gonna be staking or whatever, mining or whatever we call it now. But yeah, so.
And you also made the first hex video by a female actual hexian.
I did, and Founding Jim is in here. So hey, thanks for joining us tonight. And yeah, he's told me before that my videos have got him into hex, so that's pretty cool.
Same here. Same here.
Yeah.
If I do everything crazy, guys, it's because it's Serena's fault.
Great.
Serena made me do it.
You're an
Serena, can you come to Vegas with us? And I'm going to tell that people that you made me do it when I do stupid, crazy stuff.
Yeah.
When I push Ty into the pool again, Serena made me do it.
Blame it on Serena.
Yeah, next time there's a meetup, I definitely want to come because I need to do some traveling. So, yeah.
It'd be good to meet
they
you.
are.
Can't wait.
They're a lot of fun, and there'll be more. I think everyone's just waiting on PulseChain.
Yeah, but
and we've been waiting 2 years. So did you see that the Shanghai upgrade was completed today? Well, I know when I woke up Aussie time, I saw that it had been completed. So if anyone doesn't know about the Shanghai upgrade, it was basically an upgrade on the Ethereum chain, which basically was also done on PulseChain. So that's one of the last few things that needed to be done on PulseChain. I'm no technical analysis, but because I'm in other chats, that's what they were saying. So I'm only going by what they said. So that's amazing. That's one of the last things. I mean, there's not much to go now. I have been like lurking in the developer chat, like some of you, Clad. I think you've been lurking in there
I
too.
lurk big time, yeah, a little bit.
And there's not much more to go, is there? I mean, you probably understand it more than I do.
I got a whole theory behind like timing. I go into these crazy fucking wormholes. Like, I don't know if you've got time for that crap, but yeah, it's it is what it is. And like, when is it coming out? I think we've got maybe a couple of weeks to wait, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, but yeah, you just don't know what RH is thinking. But my theories behind the timing were more to do with because the devs, like God bless them, seem to just pump that Shanghai update so quickly. Like one day we're thinking, oh God, we have to wait for Shanghai. The next day they're like, yeah, we did that. I'm like, what the fuck? Like seriously, like that's like some efficient.
The devs, when they come out of like the room they're locked in, probably they're gonna go like, oh my God, what is this light? They're gonna come out with sunglasses and things like that. But I think it's gonna be Cinco de Mayo, guys. I think Richard's gonna take advantage of the Mexican party and launch PulseChain on Cinco de Mayo 5/5 at 5:55. I don't know. I have that hunch. That would be great. You know what? We get like
very smart.
avocados on sale, so we can do the parties for the anniversary of the launch of PulseChain. We can party, a lot. So it's going to be a celebration.
But I had this theory. So Ethereum is the world's best performing new blockchain, right? And it launched 337 days before the BTC halving. So, and then it went on to do from ICO to all-time high 15,000x over, I don't know, maybe a couple cycles. So with PulseChain, in terms of its timing, number one, you would have to know when the next BTC halving is, which is not like a firm date. It depends on different things, right? So for those that don't know, like BTC halving is basically they're going to pay the validators less each time, or every 4 years they cut their rewards in half so that they can keep their supply at 21 million. So the idea is that the supply will naturally decrease to around that ideal 21 million mark by cutting their rewards in half. So it happens every 4 years. The next one, I've done some calculations, I think probably will be in March of 2024. And 337 days before that was actually 2 days ago. So we're now 335 days based on, I think the next halving is going to be on the 29th of March. So the timing in terms of the length of days we have to the next BTC halving to release a new layer 1 blockchain is perfect. We're 335 days roughly. We're in that ballpark of what Ethereum did when it launched its new blockchain and went on to do a 15,000x. So the timing now is perfect. The 337 day mark was 2 days ago. So I think timing for PulseChain is actually perfect. And obviously there might need to be some days where the Shanghai update, make sure that everything is smooth sailing for unlocking PLS from the validator point of view. But I really feel that it's probably, it could be days away. Like the timing is just impeccable. And that's a credit to, obviously they've had to wait for everything to be ready and security wise and all those things. And I think with time, people will understand the genius. But I would like to say thank you to Richard prospectively because I can see the genius unfolding. And I think people always say, and there's a lot of FUD going on at the moment, that, day 2 Ethereum dumped. Like if you look at the initial days of Ethereum, day 2 it dumped, and it went on to do this kind of sinusoidal pattern down in the direction of the dump over a period of time. I don't believe that is true for PulseChain. There's many reasons for that. One of them is that at the time when people sacrificed for PulseChain, the sacrifice phase, people never heard of a sacrifice. They didn't know what a sacrifice was. Hex was pumping at the time. So in order for them to sacrifice for PulseChain, they would have to give up their golden goose. A lot of the centralized exchanges didn't get involved in the sacrifice because it would have been controversial for them to do that. And they need Pulse to sell to their users. So there is going to be an incredible amount of buy pressure in the first days of PLS. I don't believe there will be a dump initially for PLS. That's just my theory. What do you guys think?
Yeah, well, you're not the only one that thinks that. Sorry, you're not the only one that thinks that. I was watching Jake Sharp, one of his shorts, saying that he reckons that PulseChain is going to rocket at launch because there's so much demand. Because there was a lot of people that didn't get into PulseChain but got into PulseX for the specific reason to swap their PLSX coins for PLS. So the demand is absolutely huge. So he reckons that Pulse will rocket, and he reckons PulseX may still pump, but it could possibly dump out, but then go keep in a sort of a good motion, then sort of meet up and do the same thing as Pulse is doing. So that's exactly what I think. I think PulseChain will be similar to Ethereum. We will see a big pump. We'll see a dump. Yeah.
I think no matter what happens, there's going to be a shifting between all the richer hard products and the tokens that we have within the chain. So I'm going to sit back because I'm not a big player, and I'm going to take advantage of that shifting of the value of the tokens. Like I always said, Hex is my horse. I'm going to go for Hex. I think it's very important that we establish, Hex is the best performing asset in the world. And I think Richard Hart is moving that to his baby PulseChain. So I think if I have an opportunity to take advantage of one of these downs, or I will go for Hex. I will definitely go for Hex. In the run, if for us that we're going for long terms. And it's Richard Hart's baby.
What do you think is going to happen on launch? Of course, we're not all psychics. It's only speculation.
I talk away to Mr. McNuggets, who you've met, Sammy, multiple times at the meetup. I think we discuss this every day, every morning. It's like, check your Twitter. Has PulseChain launched? When do you think it will launch? So I'm thinking from the Shanghai update, I'm thinking that maybe we have 2 more weeks. Just to let the dust settle there. And then on launch, sadly, I didn't sacrifice for Pulse or PulseX, but I think it'll be a lot of people wanting to buy in and get Pulse. And also, I think I'm tempted to buy up a bit of Pulse. I still playing it. I see it as playing it maybe a little bit safer, in a native token. But then potentially, PulseX might be a bit more volatile, but there'll be greater gains to be had. So I'm going to buy up a little bit of Pulse, I think, and then just sort of sit back for the next couple of months and assess the situation. But otherwise, in the meantime, just DCA Hex every month. I've been doing it. So or every couple of weeks.
I think it's important not to forget about eHex, about a Hex on the ETH. That's probably going to be another opportunity for us to grab some more for the future.
And I think you're right, and I think we will see opportunity in all of them. Like they'll all pump, but there'll also be buying opportunity. We're still we're 1 year away from the halvening, and usually 1 year from the halvening is the top of the next all-time high for Bitcoin, top of the cycle. So we're still literally 2 years away from we're in a perfect accumulating position. So there will be buying opportunity.
What about you're not late? We're not late. This is just the beginning, guys. This is just the beginning. So
it's a perfect time. It's a perfect entry point right now.
Yeah. Don't feel like you're late.
Yeah, I'm kind of jealous actually because like I had to spend like a year DCAing to get my average buy price down.
Same here.
That's all I've been doing, just DCAing and still continue to. But I think I need to get my liquid bag up just to have it on hand. You know, I don't have any liquid. Everything is state. So I need to probably do that in the week or so coming. Just, I'm a hairstylist, so I make daily income and
just a little.
Yeah.
It helps. Drops
a little bit.
Fill the glass.
So that's my goal. That's what I plan to do. But
I love it. And I love that people are so bullish in crypto. I always say to new people getting in, you can dollar cost average in, like that $5 going to put away for a coffee, or you take away for the week on the Friday lunch, put in a crypto. I've seen someone do extremely well. I mean, I wish I had to put in more when I got in, but I didn't. But I've seen people do really well, and that's my strategy for PulseChain as well. Dollar cost average over the next 2 years. Doesn't work for everyone, but I think it's a pretty good strategy.
Yeah.
What about you, Miriam? What do you think is going to happen at launch?
I think obviously that first day it's going to go crazy. I think it's going to skyrocket because it's getting like so much publicity and people are wanting to get in. And the moment they see the price, they're like, oh, okay, this is my opportunity. Because I feel like a lot of people are there for like a quick buck and then they get out kind of thing. So that would be like our opportunity to like get some more. So I think it's definitely going to skyrocket and then it's just going to dump for a bit. And then it's going to be kind of like steady after that. Which I mean, I'm all for it, I guess. Whatever happens. I'm just going to kind of sit back and see what happens and, kind of see all the haters enjoy that for a bit. But I mean, that's kind of what I think it's going to happen. It's going to skyrocket and then it's going to dump once everyone starts selling, getting rid of all the people there that are there for short term, and us people that are there for long term are going to, take advantage of that.
Absolutely. Spot on, Miriam. I love that analogy. And what about you, Hex Staker Fairy? What do you think is going to happen on launch?
Well, I think it's, I think it's, well, maybe it will skyrocket and then it will dump. And I think it will take quite some time before everything will be steady and yeah. I don't really know. Well,
understandable.
I'm excited to see it. I'm gonna follow it and see what happens.
Fantastic.
And, well, this is the first time I'm in on something like this. So, but me and my husband, we talk about this almost every day. What will happen? What do you think? And so on. So.
Yeah. That's
yeah.
A crypto husband. They're always good. Talk about crypto. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the USA at the moment. I mean, Gary Gensler, the CEO of the SEC, he had a hearing before the House of Financial Service Committee. He was grilled about his rulings on cryptocurrency. I don't know if you saw any shorts. Richard Hart did post a few clips. And Gary Gensler looked quite intimidated and found some of the questions quite difficult to answer. Now, I think it's a good thing for crypto because the SEC has been bombing crypto hard over the last few months. Ever since the FTX debacle, crypto's basically copped a beating. And, big people like Chamath, who are like big crypto dudes, like they're saying that in America, crypto's dead. And, you've got Elizabeth Warren also trying to end crypto over there. How are you guys in the US? How are you feeling about things that are happening over there with the SEC and what they're saying? And Gensler's trying to also say that any staking in DeFi is also should be a security. So he's definitely a bit of a pain in the butt.
Am I the only one in the US? You and I are the only ones here in the US, right? I know we have.
I'm in the US, yeah. I keep up with a little bit of what's going on, but I mean, they're fighting for restrictions because they know the impact that this is going to have on so many people. And, it's really about power, a lot of it. And I think that, this is something that is kind of hard to control. So, they're going to continue to put up a fight. And in some aspects, there are going to be restrictions and, government uh, regulations. But I think that this is going to be Richard's time to shine, because he is literally finding every bit of loopholes or every bit of, uh, openings for this to be. It's almost like blocks everywhere for hex. So, and when I say blocks, I mean blocks away from, things meant to destroy it. And I think that's what's so beautiful about it. I mean, I look at everything, and everything is not for me to understand, but I know that Hex is going to be unstoppable. PulseChain is going to be unstoppable. There's just not much that they're going to do, or nothing really at this point, that they can do to stop it. And I don't know. Maybe I need to do a little bit more research on what's going on, but I tend to keep up with financial news, because I know a lot of it all plays into, everything ties in. The financial system ties into, what's going on with the FCC. I think that's what it is.
SEC.
Even with, I'm listening. I'm just giving my
No, I love you're so bullish on crypto. And
Yeah, it's amazing.
yeah.
Isn't this guy Gensler the one that was flying to the Bahamas to meet with Sam Bankman-Fried, right? And
Yeah.
Caroline.
Yeah.
Isn't this guy? I think he was. What's going on? He didn't disclaim thing regarding the conflict of interest that would have caused. Why did he go there? Just to make sure that he could help, or for to push on Congress the laws and things, so it will make Coinbase, Kraken, and what's the other one, FTX, take over the market. I think it has to do with power. It has to do with politics. And I hope they go after him even more and ask him to disclaim anything. We want to know if he got paid under the table, or if he got any benefits from those meetings. Um, there's a lot of corruption. And we go back to what Richard Hart wants to do: know your keys, not your coins. If we want
And I
to
think
take control, and if we want to be able to not have third parties telling us what to do with our money, is blockchain, is financial
I
freedom,
agree.
DeFi.
I think the majority of people that come into crypto, they really go for like more surface level, like the centralized platforms. And I think even like Coinbase and KuCoin, those fall under that category. But they don't search deep. Like they don't search deeper for DeFi, or something where the platforms where they have more control over their tokens. So I think that's where a lot of people tend to get blocked or get in trouble with their investments. But that's why
I agree. I totally agree, Britt. And the disappointing thing for me is that it's clear that the regulators at the highest level are not experts in their field. And that disappoints me in other areas in my life, and I won't go into detail on that. But say you're a regulator for a certain structure in society, one would assume that you would be an expert in that area. But it is abundantly clear from those hearings that he is not the expert, far from it. He's far from the expert in cryptocurrency, and he knows nothing about DeFi. So how is it that one of the top regulators is not an expert in their field? I
Because
think
it's
that's
our fault. It's
disgusting.
our fault with the votes, with putting people in government that don't know what they're doing, for us not being more firm and requesting and asking and demanding that the people that go up, it's more knowledgeable. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Class.
So based on what I've seen in the media, like, that's embarrassing. It's humiliating
Well,
for
they're
him.
pretty much just in figurehead positions.
Yeah, he should have stepped down based on those hearings. Why hasn't he? Or why hasn't he been forced to step down? I think it's corruption at the highest level, as you were saying, Georgia, and it should be investigated.
There's hanky
Money.
panky going on there, and they should fire his ass. End of story.
His incompetence is clear. There's no question.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, some people believe that what Gensler has done in, not providing clear regulation for the industry, believe that it's basically stifling innovation, and that it hasn't really fostered the growth of crypto. It's just actually put us behind. So really, we need someone that's going to come into power over there, or you guys more so over in the States, but you need someone that is going to foster the growth, not send us back 20 years. And that's really what Gensler's doing. And, as soon as there is a sign of hanky-panky, they should be out of there. We all know what happened. We know they're all connected. We know someone got paid.
Of course.
But it's cost the industry,
It's the big companies who are the providers for the campaigns, for the funds. So until they get control of it, until they get the power, that's going to continue happening. So
Yeah. And crypto gives like the power back to the people. I think that's what the scary part is for the big politicians, they want all of the power. So when the people, the small people like us, when we gain our
let's
own
run.
stuff,
Reed, you and I, let's run.
Yeah, it's
politics.
I know, right? If I run, then I'll just want to be a common person. I don't want any power. Like I just think that it's more about order in our community, but it's accumulative. It's not just power from one person. And I think that that's what that's the way of life the past 100,000 however many years.
What about Elizabeth Warren sitting on her $60 million fortune saying crypto is bad?
Oh, because this is something unfamiliar to him. So,
I don't get it. People forget how other people live. Once they made their fortune, they forget easily. And they're senators, they're big in Congress. I know over there in the States, that's a big thing. But what happened to looking after people and being for the people like Richard Hart is? Clearly, these people don't even have other people's interests in mind. Class, that's where it comes up. They might be senators, they might be well educated, they might be filthy rich because that's a pretty good fortune, but they're not educated in DeFi.
How do they get their how they got rich? Sorry, I'm gonna get in trouble. Taking away from the people. And if we take away that power, they won't be able to continue. There is a point when they get rich that being rich is not enough. Their search for power. And if you cut the access to the people and the control, you take away their opportunity to have power. So that's what's going on. It's not a matter of oh, I have a better car and I want a little bit more money. It's about power. So that's what they don't like. What we're doing and what Richard Hart is doing.
It's beyond everything that the fight, of the world is like. And when I say that, I mean the wars of everything, race, gender, it's bigger. It is way bigger than that. They're watching us like little puppets and just probably laughing and, we're right in their little trap when the whole fight is about power. And I mean, that's why I say my piece, certain things, but ultimately it really doesn't matter. It's really about power. And I think where the world is going now, when the even the middle class, when they realize, they've been bamboozled and, they're not even considered middle class anymore. They're considered poor. And it's a fight against them and the rich. And, once they realize it, then maybe it'll be an awakening. I like to use that word.
Yeah.
I feel as though, that's a big part of what's happening right now. Everybody's just so brainwashed. Honestly.
I agree. And people believe what they're fed on the media. And the clearest indicators that traditional finance system is failing is in people's super balance. So as people get older and they realize they're having to work until they're 67 in Australia, and then they're getting taxed higher and higher the more they save up for their super balance. It's things like this, and the super balance in themselves, they're not performing well. They're actually losing people money, and yet people are still 100% faithful to that sort of form of finance. They don't realize that inflation has taken over, and that it's a losing battle. And the sentiment from most middle-aged people is, crypto's gambling, crypto's dangerous, be scared of it. Oh, but I don't go to the casino, I'm not a gambler. It's not about gambling. It's a different form of finance once you understand it. And like other
They're
forms of
scared
finance,
because they don't know. They don't have knowledge. You fear what you don't know. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
yeah,
If we don't
they
have
don't
the
realize.
education, we don't have the
Yeah,
education, people's not going to change. So that's what is important that what we're doing here, because this is someone younger is going to watch this and, roll the ball. Let it snow
it's
ball.
exactly.
Yep.
It's not a dirty financial product. You find a product you like and you hold it for a long time, and then you sell it and you make a gain. There's nothing dirty about it. So
It's
I'm
like
sick of
stocks or
speaking in
bonds.
whispers about crypto. It's not controversial. It's
Uh-huh.
been out for years and years and years. People saying that it's new and controversial, and yes, it is highly volatile. Which is why you have to find a good community and a good product, and you have to get educated, do your own research. But this whole it's new and it's like gambling, I'm sick of that line.
I agree,
It's not.
Claz.
It's about
And
taking healthy risks. That's what it is. Healthy
and
risks.
another
But I
thing
think it's
we have
all
to.
about where you get your information from.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely. But
I
I'm
agree.
still down, and that's why I love Hex. I love Richard Hart, the whole, my bros and cheekers in the community, because we're real people. We recognize that there is indifference. We're not politicians sitting on it in our offices on our big fat butts, getting rich and not giving a shit about the rest of the world. We're really doing something. But I wanted to ask a question, and I want to hear from everyone here today. Is crypto bro culture hindering wider acceptance of crypto innovations? There's a
Can,
huge gap
can you
Oh
between.
wait, just define bro culture first, please. What do you
I
mean
know.
by
Can you please? Can I get a lifeline? Class, what the heck you said?
that?
Could you please make it like less
Recommend
complicated and with a less Australian accent, please?
Sorry,
Look at me,
sorry. I
Google.
know
What
sometimes I
is
speak
what?
too
What
quick.
do you say?
I speak too quick. So there's a huge gender gap in crypto. And you guys would have noticed, you ladies would have noticed. So, there's a huge male population and not many female in the community, in the crypto community. I mean, there's a few, obviously, but there's not many. But a lot of people would say that the bro culture of crypto, and you see it. I mean, we see it on Twitter. We see the bro culture, boys being boys. The boys simping on all the females. Basically, women may not feel like that they are inclusive of what's going on and not feel confident to be part of the community when that bro culture is so intimidating and it's hard to be a part of. Well, I know when I started Hex, same with you, Serena, there wasn't a lot of females. We
They're like
sort of
the
stuck
only ones.
together. We
Mhm.
did streaming, but it's good to make some female friends in the area. And I don't know how many we've got now, but we've got probably well over 500.
Mm.
But there would have been less than 100. Do you reckon, Serena, at the start?
Yeah.
And there's organisations like Women in Blockchain and Women in Crypto who are working to empower women by providing educational resources and mentorship and things like that. I guess that's why we want to do our show as well. We want to welcome the women in the community, make them feel like they have a platform to come and say how they feel about crypto. Because it's not only about the dudes, it's about the chicks as well. And and it's good to feel inclusive. It's good to feel part of something. And just because most of the people in crypto are dudes, shouldn't put up any barriers. You should still feel free to learn and make some decent coin. Do you guys consider that the space is overcrowded by dudes?
Not really. I mean, it's mostly guys, but it's never bothered me from day one. So, I mean, I don't know.
I
It
think
doesn't
that
affect me. I've gotten lots of mean comments, and I'm just like, cool. I don't care. I'm rich. Fuck you. So, it doesn't.
Well, maybe I think maybe it can be a little scary to join the community when you see there's so many guys and there's not that many girls. And well, it's I think maybe it's very nice when some females from the community reach out to you or so say welcome to you. You know, it's maybe we should be aware when new people get in, but I think the community already is aware and welcoming people, even guys or girls. But I couldn't stand to notice that when a new girl a woman enters the crypto community, she gets a lot more attention than the guys, I think. So
Absolutely. And that's a great comment. That's a great comment. And I love hearing newcomers come in. And I guess the Hex community has always been like, but as soon as there's new blood, there's a new chicken down. They're like, whoa, who's back there? I'm gonna check her out.
Who dat? Yeah, there's a bit of that.
I think it has to do a lot with the desire that we have. Me as a woman, as a mom, full-time job, I think it has to. What I'm doing right now is for inspiration. For me, Sci-Vibe was incredible help, not only for me as someone here in the crypto world, or to learn how to do things with crypto, because it has nothing to do with crypto. It has to do with yourself. So I think once you start working on yourself and knowing what you want to do or what you want to get, everything else is just like it sleeps right off. And once you have an idea of where you want to get, bring it on. Doesn't matter who they are. We have a great community. That's the difference between our community. Our community is very welcoming. They invite you to be part of it, and they're patient with us. I'm not an expert in crypto. I goof around a lot and I make you laugh, but I'm learning as I go. So the community, the guys in our community are great. We have great, great men in this community.
I got a bit of a controversial take. I think I've actually got more advantage being a woman in crypto than I have in any other area of my life. Like from day one, you get more attention, you get more followers, get more people listening to you. Whether that's because they want to see boobs or not, then who cares? But they listen more because you're a woman. And you get more attention, you get more welcoming comments, you get fewer trolls, you get more respect than the men get. That's what I think. And like I'd look at my husband, and he's got so much more alpha than me. Probably times 1,000. Nobody watches his streams. Nobody comments on his posts, or he doesn't get much likes because he's a man. And so a lot of the alpha I have, it comes directly from him, and he's diluted. And I see other men in the community being diluted who are brilliant, absolute brilliant people. They're super, super talented, and they're just not known because they're diluted. So I think being a woman in crypto has a massive advantage. Your voice is louder.
I agree, and I'm glad you said it, Claire, because it is a massive. It's plain as your nose on your face. If you a pretty girl, or you got big boobs or whatever, the guy's gonna love it. Whether you don't know about crypto, whether you do. And I've noticed as well, like there's so many great women that I know in crypto who might be a little bit older, who have big bags. Like I'm talking like freaking impressive bags. Like,
are we talking like money, or are we talking?
Crypto.
Oh, crypto, yeah. Sorry.
But they're not. They might like post every now and then, but they're not like big in the community. They're not chasing fame. They're not chasing glory. And they're usually the smarter people. But yet the guys will follow any woman that comes into crypto that's new and kind of worship her. I don't really like her, but then that's if they want to do that, that's fine. That's how it works. But I always make time for the people that I want to listen to, especially the guys who are very smart. I've got a lot of time. I'd rather be listening to them than rather simping on some chick in crypto. That's just my take. But who's next? Who'd like to comment?
I'll go. I don't know. I think that in my my world, like outside of crypto or even like the internet. Like I've never wanted to be just my looks or, I'm beyond superficial. So, I know that there's something deeper in me. So when I did join the crypto space, I noticed that a lot of men, I guess, they get intrigued with the knowledge that I've acquired. Hey, what are you doing? Sorry, my God. But I just want to be more than just, a girl with big boobs. I don't want to.
Yeah.
It's cool to like, it's cool to be eye candy. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
say that I don't get flattered, but it's cooler to actually have a legit conversation about something that that's a common thing with the opposite sex, because I mean we really live in a hypersexual world, so everything is about sex. So to just kind of put that to the side for a moment, it's kind of refreshing. I would much rather have those types of building relationships with the opposite sex through something common like crypto or hex than to just for someone to approach me about my boobs or like that I don't know, maybe that's just me, but it's cool to be one of the scarce, women being so scarce in this space. It's cool to be
Yeah.
in that category. So yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Erica, Miriam, Hextaker
Um,
Fairy, anyone? What do you
I
what do
think
you ladies think?
I think the great men in my life are inherently great teachers, and they enjoy teaching. And I think it's as a woman, if you're willing to listen, take in what they're saying, and potentially act on that in your own way, and also express your own thoughts from that knowledge. I really enjoy that. A guy being like, oh, wow, like she's really taken that on, and doing it on her own, and so that teaching aspect, and sort of the man's role in that, with the dynamic between, I guess, also like the masculine and feminine energy kind of working together, I think is something that I really enjoy when it comes to crypto, because initially I just thought it was a bunch of crypto, bros getting together, talking about their Lambos and that sort of thing. And I will say, initially, I felt that, from Richard. And I was like, oh, it isn't just this surface level stuff, but there's so much more depth to Richard as well. So that's what makes him, even more of a interesting person, and he's had such an effect on the community. So I think it's sort of that multifaceted aspect of the dynamics between men and women. And I've also experienced really positive, had a really positive experience with the women that are involved in Hex as well. And I'm sure, you do see some bitchiness going on, but it's overwhelmingly, it's been a very positive and welcoming community. So that's great.
That's fantastic. I'm glad you've had a really good experience. Hey,
Well,
Captain, what are you doing? How are you?
While we wait for the captain, I think that it is so important to use the tools that God gave you. I think beauty
Yeah.
and being smart work together, especially if it attracts to people to this amazing community. Why not? Why not? I think that is very important. It's it's a weapon that we can use to guide people in the right direction, which is Hex and PulseChain and Reach Your Heart, of course.
and have you guys noticed how Richard talks about women too? He's very respectful and very kind, and I think he's the one who said that women are the most precious. And
I just never like I see the firmness in Richard, but like he is so gentle. Like I don't know, maybe he might have to turn up a little on people sometimes because people are crazy. So sometimes, you know, you may have to go there, but for the most part, he's pretty gentle. I like Richard.
Yeah, I
Me
like
too.
Richard too. I agree, Brie. I agree. Sometimes he's just too soft. Like sometimes it's that kind nature of him. He's got to be a little bit tough. He's like saying, Richard, come on, you got to go harder. Don't take this bullshit. But sorry, anyone else? Miriam, did you want to say how you feel about the bro culture?
Yeah. Well, I think in a way, everyone, no matter what age group or what gender you are, everyone kind of struggles in a way. Like, obviously, you know, the men, they're not going to be taken as seriously because, you know, they're like, oh, well, do you even know what you're talking about? The women, it's also the same thing where, like, it's all about, you know, the outside and out the inside of like their knowledge of what they know of. So they don't really get taken seriously. Same thing I would say is the same thing with like the younger people, like, you know, if you're a teenager or something getting into crypto, people are not going to take you as seriously because you're young and they're going to think you don't really know anything. Same thing with like the older group. They're like, oh, well, you're too old to know about this. So what do you know? So like, I feel like in a way, everyone is struggling similarly. So I feel like confidence is key, you know, kind of go out there. You have to be confident. Obviously, you know, do your own research, you know, learn as much as you can from other people. I've been lucky that I haven't really experienced anything bad in this community. Like, I feel like everyone's been very welcoming. I've straight up said I don't really know much, but I'm learning along the way. But I definitely, like I said, I do think that no matter what gender, no matter what age group you're in, everyone struggles similarly, I guess. You know, like no one's going to be taken seriously as much until you prove that you know your stuff. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Well, guys, it's almost 4:30 in the morning for me, so
Oh, good effort.
and I need
Thank
to get
you
up
so
early.
much. Thank you so much for coming. And I'm so sorry I put you out overnight, but it was so lovely to meet you. And
You
do yell
too.
out. You're welcome anytime. If you want to shill your handle, which is obviously Hextaker Fairy, you're on Twitter. We can find you on Twitter.
Yes.
Just anytime. Is there any last words you want to tell everybody?
Well, I just want to say thank you for having me, and thank you, Sammy, for reaching out. And it has been so nice to meet all of you. You're very nice. I was so nervous before we got into this, but you're lovely, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thanks so
Lovely
much.
meeting you.
It was nice
I'll
meeting
see you in the community, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
See ya.
Oh,
We have to do some Hexican sign, guys, for love. Like, you know, we need to come up with someone. I'll give you homework, guys, for next stream. Please come up with some sign for Hexican love or something like that.
definitely. I was blocked. Well, not blocked, but restricted on Twitter today because I was going back and forth with some girl in the crypto space that was like talking crap about Hex. And
really?
I did say something inappropriate to
What'd
her.
What'd you say?
Well, said something about something negative about Hex, and I did the remind me of this.
Good on you.
And I said, remind me of this in a year so that she can hang herself.
Oh my god.
Literally, like I just was saying it, you know, like so that
figuratively.
It's kind of funny. Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Yeah,
so
she was too precious these days.
I know you.
We've all said stuff that, like, you know, like all the time. I'm like, shit, should I delete that? And then I'm like, no, I have to stand by it. And most of the time, I stand by it, and I'm just like, oh. But you know, we all say stuff that like we don't mean. Like, we've all done it.
I don't even talk like that, but I don't know. I think I was just talking shit, talking smack back to her, and it came out, or it was written, typed.
Right.
Yeah, so I think
I've been suspended so many times for the same thing. Like it's toxic. That just proves your dedication to the community, to Richard.
Yeah.
But
you just let your passion come out, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you know, for next time, but it's like we've all done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I told someone to go jump off a cliff or something like that. And the reason they suspend you under their terms, the Twitter rules is like, what do they call it? Life threatening or threatening to use harm or suicide against another person or something like that. But so now I'm a master at rewording these things so I don't get suspended, and you will be too.
Yeah, it's just about the rewording. And do you know, if you get the blue ticky thing, you can edit for like half an hour. But then I got rid of my blue tick because it was advertised as like $7 a month, and it turned out to be like 28 USD a month. And I was like, nah. But anyway, I got rid of my blue tick. But you can edit if you choose to have the blue tick. You can edit for half an hour.
But don't change your profile picture because you won't be able to go back for like about 2 weeks to your old profile picture. That is, ugh, I hate that.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen far worse things on Twitter, but whatever.
It happened.
I'll do my time. I did the crime. I'll do the crime. So.
You're a hairstylist, correct?
Yes.
You probably thought that I'm at the salon connected with Twitter Space, and you were like doing someone's hair. I could imagine you go free because you guys talk a lot. That's what part of your job, communication with the client, and make sure that maybe the 2 hours to do the hair it takes. So just be yourself.
I talk I mentioned Hex to all of my clients. Some of them,
that's a vulnerable place that people is, and that's a perfect place to onboard people.
Yes, I've onboarded a few people, but I think once PulseChain is live, I think that's when it'll be more convincing to people that's not really, or educated on Hex or crypto altogether. So I plan to, really be a self-proclaimed advocate or spokesperson for Hex, which I already am, but I want to go all in. Like I want to print pamphlets and cards, and I just want to I want the world to know. I want people in my world to know. So definitely
it is kind of like a responsibility. When you're a Hexican, it comes with responsibility. I know that it's mad games, but once we have everything, once the mad games come, I think I'm just like you. I'm going to dedicate my life to help the Richard Hart ecosystem any way I can.
Yeah,
for free.
And how great when we can refer everybody to the documentary.
Oh God, that's gonna be! I can't wait. Where's the captain? He was here.
Yeah, Captain, come back! I think he was going to give us an update, ladies.
Did you know that he had a screening, a private screening for 2 Hexicans, very well known Hexicans in the community? And when I saw like a little clip of that, I had tears on my eyes. I was like, oh my God. It was incredible, just the fact of walking to a private movie theater and seeing their reaction after they've seen everything with the music all inclusive. It was absolutely incredible. I cannot wait till I can see that. And I wonder where the premiere is going to be. Is Richard Hart going to?
Yeah, because they were Toby was talking about it, Georgia. So Toby, he was on, who was he talking to? I can't remember who he was talking to, but he basically said there's definitely, I could get this wrong, I hope I get it right, so just watch what he said, but I think he said New York premiere, or definitely a US premiere, plus or minus a London premiere.
Yes.
And then they were talking about whether they need to chop it up or like sell it as a whole thing. But
I wonder,
it'll happen.
Some movie theaters here in the United States, you can rent them out for birthday parties, and they play they give you a choice of the movies that you want to see. I wonder if they can play the documentary if I hire the movie theater. That's an idea for some of you OGs that want to onboard people. Come on, show, open that little wallet, just not the wallet, the MetaMask. Show off and invite everybody.
Sure.
So you can onboard
I think that's
people.
a great idea. Yeah, Perth is definitely going to have one. Yeah, we're going to make it epic. It'll be fantastic. I can't wait.
Imagine that on IMAX. Oh my God, I will. It will be amazing. I want to see. I want
to see
360 all around me. All around me. I want to see like Spider-Man going up. Where is Richard? Like the VR.
I want to see your premiere dress, Georgia. I want to see what you're wearing. We have to do if we each do a premiere in our own city, we have to have a red carpet. I want to see the dresses as well.
I'm gonna go all like Cinderella. Cinderella. That's what I'm gonna be going. Just like big old dress,
Train.
or like maybe one of those dresses that light up, like J-Lo used to wear for their award shows. I don't know. I want to
I
go.
want to see one where you get the waistband right. Like I think, is it Liv Tyler? I don't know, the super hot one, married to Ryan Gosling. She does it right. Like she walks up the red carpet wearing her stunning whatever's right, and then she's got like this waist clippy thingy, and then she undoes it like. And then she's just in like an elegant dress that she can more have fun
that
with
would be
underneath
nice.
it.
That would be nice.
Yeah, I love
No,
that.
I will be quinceañera. I'm gonna go to downtown LA, get one of those big dresses, that you've seen. Miriam, you know what I'm talking about. The
Hide me
quinceañera
underneath
dress.
there, Georgia, so I can get into the premiere.
Absolutely. I'm not gonna get invited. I can, maybe I'll sneak in. Depends what they do it. If I show up and look like, do you know who you're talking to? Look, my lights went off. Do you know who you're talking to? Do you know who I am? I'm Mrs. Richard. I'm Richard Hart's #1 stalker. Please, you have to let me in.
I thought you were
You'll
going
be
to
let
marry
in for
him.
sure. I think I'd let you in if it was up to me.
I
would be like, she makes a good case.
Or just Georgie, I'd see you as having this big glam crew, and that'll be like your entourage, and it'd be like you look the part.
I'm gonna put like glasses on. Let me see. I have my glasses somewhere around here. I'm gonna like be all glamorous with glasses and walking like, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Do you know who I am? Kind of like that. Maybe. Who knows?
Just walk in like you're already part of it.
That will be special. I'm sure.
Bring your own security guards, right? And your own security guards are dressed like his security guards. So then they feel like they're a team working together and you've been let in, and then you're in.
I'm going to say, no hablo inglés, hablo español. Stop right there. No hablo inglés. It's going to be fun.
Anyway, shall we talk about PulseChain strategies? What do you reckon, Sammy? I do. I just wanted to say something about crypto. And this is just in crypto in general. My kids are big Nike fans. Like everything's Nike, bags, Nikes. And Nike actually are releasing their first digital sneaker collection.
Really?
Yeah, so NFT. So when I went to America, my kids sort of said to me, get me these kind of Nikes, get me those kind of. I said, I'll try. And when I went over there, they have a lot of used Nike, secondhand Nike shops. And so I'd go in and say, do you have this type? They're like, no. One of the dudes said when a new shoe comes out, they have like people lining up the night before, camping overnight to get that shoe. That's how fanatical they are. I mean, we're fanatical as well, but they're
sold
actually
out.
Yeah. So Georgia, they're freaking hard to get. The new Nikes that come out.
Yes, it's crazy. My daughter was like, I want the Nike Air, I don't know what, coming out for Valentine's Day with a little heart, and she goes like, it's only $500. I was like, hell no, you're getting she's lucky that Payless is a store very inexpensive that is out of business or something like that, because when would I pay more than $39.99 for a pair of tennis shoes? She's wearing $140 pair of tennis shoes. I'm gonna cut the front of them so she can grow her foot into it, make them sandals or something like that. I'm not buying that kind of shoe. That's crazy.
My kids be a Melda Marcus of Nike. She's got so many, it's ridiculous. But so I just wanted to let you know, or see if anyone else knew as well. So Nike set to release their first non-fungible token NFT sneaker collection on the recently launched Swoosh platform. The virtual sneaker Air Force One, you know how they have the real sneaker Air Force One.
Yep.
The Air Force One OF1 is based on the iconic Air Force One design. And this move by the sportswear giant highlights the growing interest in digital fashion and the adoption of blockchain technology within the fashion industry. So, when you see big brands like Nike getting into crypto, it's starting to get really big. Also, I saw another article that MasterCard is expanding their relationships with people in the crypto industry. So they've got, at the moment, they're already partnering with Polygon, Solana, and Ava. They're looking for more chains to become partners to. So, it's crypto is just really getting big when you see these big players coming in. just makes me more bullish. But Claz, sorry to cut you off. I have these in my head. I know they're going to probably fly out the window when
I want to hear it, Sammy. I want to hear it.
So for me, what I've been seeing on Twitter is I've been seeing, everyone wants Pulse. Everyone wants Pulse. So obviously, so just for the record, when Hex began, there was 3,000 stakers and roughly 6,000 people in the Telegram. So we're between 5 and 10,000 people in Hex. Now, I mean, with PulseChain alone, we had 41,000 SAC wallets and 136,000 for PulseX. That's a lot. That's a lot more people than when we're in Hex. So with Hex, we waited for 1 year to even see a penny, but it was a lot of fun. As I said, I got to be in a documentary, I got to be in a music video, and just have heaps of fun with the community. So now what we're facing, this is a bigger game here. This is big. We've got Ivan on Tech in, we've got Randman in, I believe, we've got other players. So anyway, that was just my spiel. So what I'm seeing more is that, people think the PulseX is going to succumb to the giant pulse chains. Everyone wants it. So as in testnet, we saw ridiculous 1 to 60,000 ratios, which, I mean, that's crazy. But, if it's possible at launch, we see a 3 to 1 or a 5 to 1. I think that's a perfect opportunity for PulseChain sackers, because you're already getting that 3 to 5x straight out the gate. So once it even launches, you're already up. So that's one of the things I wanted to have a look at. Hey, Pa Excellence, there's your husband, Class. And also I was speaking to Magic Carpet Ride, who was also telling me, I was saying, I don't know whether I want to provide liquidity because I'm scared of impermanent loss and I really don't want to lose my PulseChain, blah, blah, blah. And he's saying he's telling me there's no risk of impermanent loss. And the pools you can farm to get the incentive token at launch. So I'm looking more into that and see how, that, because I was thinking to do a single site staking for me would probably be more profitable and less risky. But if there's going to be less risk of impermanent loss, I'll look at providing liquidity as well. So there's going to be a lot going on chain. Also, I want to see that the excuse the term, the Pulse shit coins. Like, I want to see what's going on. I want to see people are building front ends. I want to get my hands on them. I want a few of them. I want to support the whole ecosystem, not just Hex, Pulse, and PulseX. So that's a little bit. But you know what? I'm so excited, and it's like I'll be at my computer doing 1,000 things, but this plan probably fly out the window because everything could just go different to what I'm thinking. But anyone else want to have a strategy or a game plan?
I don't know. This is my
I'm going to sit down. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I just want to sit back and watch. I do want a bag of Hex before so that I can get me some Pulse, because I didn't sacrifice for Pulse. So I did sacrifice for PulseX, but not PulseChain. So I think I want to kind of, I don't know. I don't want to really like dip into my PulseX bag, but I have enough where I feel like I can take a little from PulseX and put into PulseChain. But I ultimately, I think I'm gonna just go ahead and get me a bag of Hex, P-Hex. Or no, Hex, the current Hex, P-Hex.
Yeah.
On Ethereum, and just go ahead and invest into PulseChain. Because I would like to have an abundant amount in PulseChain, PulseX, and Hex for sure. And then I would like to see what else is on the PulseChain network. Like you said, Sammy, we might have a few shitty coins, but hey, it may be a quick.
Hey, exactly. I got all my money for Hex through another dog coin when I didn't know how to buy or sell. So I'm not gonna spend more money and lose it because I probably make a mistake, and I sold it on the top thanks, Senor Elon. And I invested everything on Hex. So
Yeah.
I was some of those coins because we have a lot of amazing projects within the ecosystem. We have the
I'm
Alex project, Psychosa, Watsas, Hedron, we have Power City, we have Magic Carpet Ride, we have Liquidums. We have a lot of things that are going to be amazing, and we're going to be able to choose from where to put
and
our
I have
magic
acquired a lot of those tokens as incentive tokens, and it's so crazy that if you think about it, like you can become a millionaire just off of incentive tokens that
That'd
you
be
don't
nice.
invest into. You just get them off the strength of holding pets. That is just who does that? Like
Crazy,
what?
right?
Yeah, that is wild. That's so wild to me. But
Mhm.
I'm excited. I'm gonna just sit and just watch everything and observe, and that's really all I could do for my own learning experience. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
Do
And
you
those,
ladies? Sorry, go
go
on.
ahead. No,
I was
go ahead,
gonna ask.
Karina.
I was gonna ask if you ladies like have your Hedron and do stake it and earn Icosa, and do you guys
Yes.
do all that, or
Yes, absolutely. I think that's one of the
amazing?
most. It is all.
Mm.
It's all like connected to Hex.
Mm-hmm.
So everything that makes Hex go up or lift or supports, and it grows with Hex. Of course, I'm gonna be getting into. Yes, I love all the Alex projects, and he's coming out with something that will probably make it even more interested. I think he was trying to fork Rocket, I believe. um you guys know what I'm talking about. But it will
That
be
now.
something that will support the ecosystem and also his ecosystem. I think Icosa, Watsas,
Mm-hmm.
Hedron, I think
Amazing.
they're tied to Hex, and Hex is the best performing asset in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So
Exciting things.
All right, I'll give my 2 cents worth. I think it's a complex system. So my first reaction is probably to do nothing because there potentially could be a lot of things to do. But when the parents say the best way to teach your children is just to let them play outside and don't watch them, and they'll become little baby geniuses out there in the dirt. I think that's bullshit. And there is a lot to do, but there is a very delicate balance in not doing anything and then doing way too much. So for me, I've broken it down into action points because I think that's easier for my mind to kind of get around. So the first thing that potentially could happen is there'll be a dump with the eHex side, which I see as an opportunity, because I actually, in my own mind, am really favoring Hex on Ethereum. For me, I feel like that's my baby. And some people may want to sell, like after they've confirmed their copy, they might want to sell a percentage of their bag so that they don't feel that drop. But then they fall into the whole saying, like, don't catch a falling knife. So some people will try to trade that. They'll try to sell once they've got their copy, and then the price rapidly dumps, and then they'll try and buy back in at the bottom. The problem with that is after all is said and done, they probably will end up with less Hex. So for me, I'll probably just ride that out, or use it as an opportunity to maybe put in a limit order and buy more if I can. So that's my first actionable moment. The second would be ratio trading. I'm not a massive fan unless the ratio is like 1-to-1, but it's not an all or nothing thing. It's like a spectrum. Like if it's 1-to-1, obviously you're going to trade 80 or 90% of your PLSX. If it's a 1-to-2, you're looking at 20 or 30%, and your percentage just goes down as the ratio gets worse and worse and worse. So the likelihood that we're all going to see that 1-to-1 ratio, unfortunately, we're probably not going to see it. So I don't really feel like there'll be much to do there. That's the ratio trading part. Then the next part is obviously buying the dips, like the PRC20 dips. And I think that's going to be for everybody where the opportunity lies. And that might be in the first weeks or months of PulseChain. So pick your favorite PRC20 and wait till it dumps into oblivion or it's oversold. And then that's where all the opportunity will come. And then the other question is, well, how do you get capital to actually make the most of those opportunities, and how are you going to bridge in? It's the safest way to bridge in. most people, I assume, would be bridging in a stable coin or changing a stable coin to ETH and bridging it in. But you have to be careful about whether that stable coin is supported. But bridged in stable coins it's going to be safe. If you're bridging in money like a stable coin to buy dips, then I think that's a good idea. So that's the third actionable moment. And then the fourth, like Sammy was saying, with liquidity providing, I actually really want to do that to get ink. I'm really feeling like ink could be an awesome token, although I know that Par Excellence doesn't agree on that really. But I feel like it is. And PLS to a PLSX pairing, obviously the traffic is going to be insane, right? And the pools are hugely deep. So would that be a good liquidity pair or not? Maybe, maybe not. And obviously you're going to end up all with PLSX. So there is going to be massive opportunity cost. I think it is. It's not without risk. You're not going to get ink without risking something, either buying it or risking it. But then I think if you capitalize in the ecosystem is so complex that you can find other ways in the system to make PLS to feed that position. So I'm looking at using liquid loans or other protocols that could help me to boost the PLS side of that position. But that for me is more like a learning experience rather than, because the easier thing for me to do if I love ink is to just buy it. So I really appreciate the complexity in the system. It's like it gives you a lot to learn and a lot to think about, and the way that those systems sort of, interplay with each other. So I'm enjoying that aspect as well. Like there's a lot of just the learning aspect that I'm really enjoying. Obviously, I think and I believe that I'll make mad gains, but even into the next cycle. But the education and the learning, I think is, I think that's just as exciting for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's so much to learn. Have you played around with the bridge and mined some Cephalina F?
No, I've stayed well away from it, to be honest. Like I don't see myself as like a validator at all. I'm not that. I'm not technical, and I'm staying well away.
Use the bridge. So what the bridge is going to do is swap anything from PulseChain back over to your network. So whether it be
you mean the Pulse bridge?
Yeah, Pulse bridge.
No, I've stayed away from when testnet first came out. I used it, and I used it maybe a week ago, but I haven't used the bridge yet. Is it easy to use, like the functionality? I'm excited about it.
Well, the funny thing is I was chatting to Ty from Magic Carpet Ride last night, and he was saying to me, so, what about your game plan? Are you all organized? You've been on the bridge? And I'm like, no, I haven't done anything. It's like,
I got around to it.
Video, you're going to watch, you're going to go and get some ETH, and you're going to have a play around so you know what to do at launch. I go, okay, Dad. So
I'm glad we're having this conversation, though, because I need to do that.
Yeah, well, I'll send you what I'm looking at. So he sent me a video. I started watching. The first thing he tells you to do is go and mine some Cephalina ETH, which you can do on your smartphone. I do it from a dummy wallet because it asks for a MetaMask address. So I don't think I left it there for about an hour just mining. God bless you. And that's my next step, to send that Ethereum to my other address and go on the bridge and see what I can do.
Awesome. That's such valuable information, Sammy. That's actually gold.
Yeah, well, I'll send that over to you so you can have a look as well, because initially I thought, why would I want to go on the bridge when I'm thinking of just holding?
Yeah.
But then I thought, well, what if I do want to bridge in or out? What if things change? So at least I'll have an understanding of how to use it. And if anyone else wants that information, let me know in Twitter, and anyone in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, if you want that video about how to get onto the bridge on the PulseChain test, Twitter me or tag me in a post, and I'll pop that info over to you. Okay, it's not a problem.
Awesome.
I love this. This was fun. Or is fun, rather. I'm having a blast.
It's so much fun. We've been streaming. We've been doing Ladies Discourse since Serena was at 2020. We've been doing it since 2020 or 2021, maybe the end of 2020, 2021. And we've got to stream with Richard Hart a couple of times, which has been a bit of fun. Not only that, the ladies that we've met on here have come to meetups that we've been at, which so you get to hang out. Look, when you go to these things, you've got a group of friends, so that's really cool. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm down for a meetup. There was one here where I live, which is the Greater New Orleans area.
Oh yeah,
RG3 put together a meetup, and it was. I'm listening.
No,
Did
I don't know
you
sorry,
why.
go?
clear my noise. What I
Did
was
you
gonna
go?
say, don't forget, you mentioned RG3. He's doing the Pulse tour. Go to
Oh, yeah, that's
pulsetour.com,
right.
and he's visiting some of the major cities in the United States. And I've heard a rumor that he was gonna go to a different country, like maybe Latin America. But it is I recommend everyone, if you have a chance to be part of a meetup, it is so fantastic. One of the most important things Hex has is the community, and you're going to learn so much. You're going to connect, it will fill your tank of hope even more. So it's very important. Check out tour.com, and you'll find out information about when the next ones are going to be. I think they're going to be in Chicago, they're going to be in Texas, they're going to be in Dublin, California. It's near San Francisco, San Jose. That is the first day they're going to do it, on the 27th of May, just around the corner. So
Yeah, he won't be back here in New Orleans, but I think the nearest city is Houston, which is maybe 5 hours. And I'm always down for a road trip, so you might just have
So,
to get on the road and go see him again. He was
so,
awesome in here.
so
He
you
did.
went to a meetup, Brit, in your local area?
I'm sorry.
You already went to a meetup in your local area?
Yes,
Oh,
about a
cool.
week. Yeah, it was fun. It was cool. So yeah,
What
most
about
of the
you,
people.
Miriam?
Say it one more time. I'm sorry.
Sorry, what about you, Miriam? Have you been to any meetups yet or anything?
Not yet. I've only watched like the Hex conference and stuff on YouTube, but I haven't really had a chance to actually go there. I feel like I'm gonna be so like really shy, intimidated by everyone if I were to meet any of you guys. But I'm
just the first
hoping.
time.
Yeah, it's always the first time. But I'm hoping sometime to go and meet with everyone and just kind of I feel like this community just we all have pretty much a lot of similar things, so it'd be kind of easy to connect with everyone and have a good chat. So, but I'm hoping soon.
Yeah, I
Awesome.
think Tangent is the only in real life Hexagon that, apart from my husband, that I've really interacted with. And he's a good looking rooster, ladies. I'm just putting it out there. Like he's
He
tall
is.
and he's great in a social setting. Yeah,
You
just
can take
throwing
him
it out
out.
there for
He's good taking
all the
he
single
pays
ladies
for it.
out there, just so you know.
I
taking
think Tangent's got a woman. Not that I know everything about him stalking him, but yeah, I think he's got a girlfriend at the moment. He's always got one.
Breaking
I think
hearts.
he's always got one hanging around. When you've got so
Breaking
much
hearts.
going for you and you're so attractive, you're never going to be alone.
I mean, I would
Yeah.
love to do like a matchmaker show, but it's just got so many sort of risks associated that I don't know, Sammy, like maybe you should do it like with only people that you know though, like that
That'd
you
be
kind of know.
funny. That'd be funny. But yeah, it's a
Really?
whole other side to that. I think Maddie Allen was going to bring out a dating app, a Hex crypto dating app.
Too
which is
many
really-
risks.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
I know.
Thrown in jail
Tinder.
if anybody is like underage or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Way too many risks associated, I think.
Wow.
What do you think, Serena? Like, what's your strategy for PulseChain?
I'm not sure. I'm always just thinking of what I should do. I don't know.
Serena's like, do you think I'm going to show you my cards? Yeah,
I
right.
know. She's a poker, man. She's good at poker. I'm not good. I got a big mouth. I just show everyone. Someone will be like, can I see your cards? I'll be like, you can have them.
Look at me.
I'm terrible.
What do you want? What do you want? What do you want to buy? Just give me what Serena's having. I'll have the same.
Have that.
I remember we had the stream and Serena was talking, and Richard, when you remember a year ago when we did the stream here in Discourse Syndicate, actually today, tomorrow is going to be the 1 year anniversary.
When
And
Richard was on with us, you mean?
yes, yes.
Okay.
And
Mhm.
Richard goes to Serena, just you have money, do it yourself. I think you're asking him for something about like a non-profit, or like a good cause, and he was like, do it yourself. It was funny.
I don't know. Sorry, my chair is like really squeaky. But yeah, I don't know. And I remember that. So
No, it's amazing. It's amazing that you guys have that. I was looking at some video of all of past streams that you guys did with Richard, and it was like magical. You guys, I'm kind of envy. You guys have that from the beginning, so he knows. I'm sure, knowing a little bit that I know about Richard Hart, you guys are very, very important for him and his life, and the entire ecosystem. I think, a lot of respect. Thank you, ladies, for being there from day one, and for being consistent, and to show the path for all of us newest new newies newies n- newest new newbies
I know
newbies.
you're gonna say. Yeah.
It's a community effort, I'd always say this. Like, even though it's been so much fun, and yeah, it's great to get to meet Richard Hart, and that's really cool. But it's everyone that puts in an effort that makes it the
Yeah, but
build and
I
create
agree
help.
with you. We are, as a community, we are like the force, but individually, it takes a lot to be loyal. And I think that is something that you guys do. It's majestic. It's you guys are masters of being loyal to Richard Hart, and I hope we can. Me, at least, I'm following your lead, guys. So it's very important.
Oh,
Thank you.
well,
Thank you.
I think, my opinion, I think he deserves it. I
He
really do.
does.
I think
He does.
It's well
Richard
deserved.
Hart,
Yeah.
in the beginning, was down to earth. He wasn't talking shit. I just used to laugh at him because he was just such a real dude. He was warning people about scams, telling people never to share your C words, always telling people the right thing to do in crypto. No one else was doing what he did. And then he brings out his crypto, and everyone wants to have a piece of him. And to watch that was really hard, wasn't it, Serena?
Mm-hmm.
He'll have his glory day, and I can't wait for that to happen. And that will happen immediately on launch. And I think, like, part of the reason maybe he's being quiet, he probably needs his rest for all the interviews that he's going to have lined up. But he'll get super famous. I hope he still comes back, Sammy, every once a year in April for the ladies' discourse.
We'll see. I think he's just flat out. He's not answering anyone's messages right now, so including ours. Sometimes, I mean, he is working hard, I believe, and even if he wasn't, we'd pay him that respect. That it just doesn't suit him. But yeah, I hope he comes back. And Richard's the kind of guy that's not too cool for anyone. He's not too rich, not too popular. He's got time for everyone. And I believe we'll
Yet.
Yeah, but he will. He's going to be a big with the documentary and PulseChain coming out. He will be the man of the day. Mark these words, because he's going to be Mr. Popularity, and he'll be going on all the Ivan on Techs and Randmans and stating his case. And I hope for Richard that he does receive his glory, because he deserves it. He's the one of all these people who deserves better than what he's got.
Yeah. He's only one telling the truth in crypto and trying to prevent people from getting scammed and losing all their crypto, but then he gets like the most shit. So I know people just don't.
I hope there's more acknowledgement across the space from people that have talked down to him in the past, some big names. He has called for an apology. At least if they're making money off what he has created, there should be, I think, some public acknowledgement of that. So people saying, oh, I might hold what he's got to offer is not good enough if he's going to make them serious money. And I think they should be more public about that.
Yeah, but just goes to show there's a lot of people on Twitter who are slimy. Doesn't matter if you've got 1 million followers and you're the richest, you got rich on Bitcoin. The attitudes I've seen in some of those communities is appalling and disgusting. And Richard broke the barrier. He cleaned. He did a clean over of the industry, and unfortunately, people don't like truth tellers. And that's why his cops.
Richard, all of us, each one of us, are going to be so successful, and we're going to be a reminder to those guys of what Richard Hart is doing, because I am a product of Richard Hart. You are a product of Richard Hart in the crypto world, I mean. But I'm
Definitely.
going to be reminding them I'm like this because of what sci-fi Richard Hart. Look what he has done, and I think he's done a good job. So I think it's my job to represent the community and make sure people recognize him for what he has done.
We should probably do some kind of maybe Sammy, like after PulseChain, where people actually give gratitude, like a giving gratitude stream, perhaps. Because I think it will be quite emotional after PulseChain, I feel, because people will be coming into money. They've not had money their whole life. They've worked, hard to get educated, and they believe in Richard Hart, and they've held through, the bear market. So it would be good to have a give gratitude stream.
I think that's a wonderful idea, Claz, and we can get all the
Yes.
ladies on. He might show up, but even if he doesn't, I think it'd be great that we could all bring something to the show, to the stream, and thank him and make sure he receives that.
That'd be awesome.
Definitely.
That would be great. A marathon. Thank you marathon. We'll do a marathon of thank yous. Open the line 24/7 right here.
All right. So, ladies, I'm going to wrap it up because RG3's actually, he's got something come up. So he's asked me to run the FN hangout tonight. So anyone that wants to jump on, that's cool. If you want to come, anyone in the chat that usually comes on Discourse, welcome to come in. So I'm just going to shut it down. So it's going to have a few minutes break and then we can start again. So if you just want to come on, let me know. But yeah, we'll go around the circle. Do you want to shield your handles? Any last messages for everybody?
Am I going first? Or?
You can go first.
Okay. Yeah, sure. So if you guys want to follow me, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all Serena Alonzi. So yeah, that's it, I guess.
Awesome.
I am on Twitter, right here, at Carrera Georgia. Follow, please, subscribe. It's very important that our numbers go up so the algorithm and the people, that's what they do. They look at the number, how many followers this person has, and then we can spread the word and the beauty that Richard Hart has created for us. Thank you. Thank you, Sammy, for having me here one more day with this amazing panel of very smart and beautiful girls.
Thank you for coming back here.
I just want to say, sorry, go Miriam.
Okay, Claz.
All right, I just want to say thanks, ladies, for having me on. Thanks, Sammy, for organising. And I'll probably see you all on the other side. But my advice to people would just be to maybe think before you act. Don't just fat finger things, because you can. You don't have to be the first person to do something. You can just sit back a little bit and just have a think before you do something. Have a cup of tea maybe, and then just be thoughtful in your actions. Don't just spread yourself too thin.
Great advice, Claz.
Sorry.
Britt.
I do want to thank you, Sammy, for reaching out and even inviting me on. I'm super excited, and this is going to be the first of many streams that I hope to join. And I know that, this is kind of, on a smaller scale, this is something not so big just yet, but we're here and this is a movement, and I'm just excited to grow with this community, and that's my handle, or my Twitter handle, Brit Reloaded. I can't follow anyone right now because I'm restricted, but y'all can follow me when I am able to. When I'm set free, I will follow back, because I like to follow everyone in the Hex community. If you follow me, and if I don't follow you and you follow me and you're in the Hex community, please let me know. But yes. Thank you, Sammy. Thank you, ladies. This was so much fun. I hope to do this in the near future again. So.
Thanks for coming. I hope you can come back because it's been awesome.
Oh, yes.
Miriam.
So I do have Twitter, which is Make It Miriam. Same thing with YouTube, but I might be kind of changing it up a bit and focus more on Hex for my YouTube. Check out my website. No, promo here. I did make some little Richard Hart pants behind me there. So, if you guys want to check it out, I am working on international shipping. I promise it'll get there. I'm just trying to figure it out. And yeah, thank you, Sammy, for inviting me again. Honestly, you guys are all so welcoming. Like, this community is just insane. Like, I love it here. So thank you.
Oh, that's awesome, Miriam. And I just want to say a special thank you to you and Britt Rilla. Thank you so much for coming on. Come back. It's been great to meet you and talk crypto with you. And as always, lovely Claz, lovely Georgia, and of course, Serena. Thank you for coming and making the day always fun, fun, fun. I'll end the stream now. And also, thank you, chat, all your regulars. Thank you. We'll see you guys soon. Take care, all right?
Hey.
And don't forget, we got the FN hangout if you want to keep watching. It's coming on soon.
Okay.
See you, everyone.
Five, four, 3, 2, 1.